Welcome back, friends and fans, and today is day number 4 of literally the entire damn event. I'm serious, this is already the 4th day. Well, and currently I am literally halfway to the target. I'm not lying, I am seriously halfway to the target. Hit of 8,000 of these. 8,000 of the event items. Once I get that, Zuikaku. Definitely mine. But the tougher of the two will be Shokaku. Even though comparing the two, their chances of getting them 2 against 0.67. Sure, I would say Shokaku, there might be a chance that I can get her, but there's also that chance I might not. Well, it depends entirely on whether I have enough luck. That's why I always count on luck. And the one thing I never stop relying on. Even after so long, I never stop relying on such things. Because even though in real life I'm actually super unlucky, but sometimes even in the most unlucky situations, one can get ridiculously lucky. Well, in this case, that is actually me. Because I'm the one guy that happens to be so unlucky in real life. But sometimes I also got lucky. Due to what exactly? I just don't know. Maybe because I kept praying for luck. I think a bit too often. I think. Yeah, I may have prayed like way too often. That's why I keep getting like ridiculous kind of luck. I'm not lying, I got some pretty ridiculous luck on my side. Because I'm like, okay, please, 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 please. So I kept like chanting. And pretty much I got what I want. Almost each and every time I got what I want. So now I'm doing exactly the same, even though it's my exam week. Next week I'll continue again. So I still got one more free day before the second part of the storm will finally set. And whatever result I get here is gonna determine where I go. So I can't afford to back down now. Back down now, and technically I'm toast. And what I mean by backing down is basically, well, how to put it? If my exam results are very weak, I'm toast. That's why I can't back down. So, pretty much I've been praying for luck. All the time. Without fail, it keeps delivering it. Time and again. So all I can do now is just wonder, will it work again? Maybe for the last time. I just hope it does. And nope, missed. Okay, surprisingly I hit the one at the back. Good job, me. So somehow hitting the guy in the back. Nope. And to be honest, the first time that I fought the final stage boss, I was like, there is no way on earth I'm seriously gonna beat this boss. Like, no way in hell. How am I seriously gonna beat this boss? Because at the time I only had like, 1 minute left till the end of the mission. So I'm like, well guys, I'm toast. Guaranteed toast. But surprisingly, I finished in the last at least 15 seconds. But of course, constantly I've improved with the amount, some of the quality on the other ships. I've improved some quality of my weapons. Even though sure it might take some time. But who on earth cares? Because to me I refer to myself as kind of the god of luck. Only because, well, at the times when I need that luck, it happens to work. In the times that I really badly need it. And this is one of those times. Though I will not show you, I'm not planning to show my real face anytime soon. I'm not lying. Yet. Yet. Yet, 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 yet. Yet. You will not take me down. Bang. Long shot. And almost all 5 hit. Awesome. Boom. Adios. And a triple kill. Game over. Once Arch Royal joins the battle, kaboom. Every single last one of them is toast. That's why I love keeping her company. I mean, in company with Force and you just happen to spawn right there. Alright. Let's see how you like this. So, for my first retrofit ship, I'm gonna get Suffolk. If you're asking, why Suffolk? Because of all the members that I currently have, very few are very capable of, like, having another form. Ranger is one of those. Though currently she's in 3rd Fleet, for Z, she's currently with. So, no way am I gonna do it just yet. So for now, I'll focus on Suffolk. Because I would really want to see her in her final form. I'm not lying, but I want to see it. Okay, game over. Adios. Ciao, adios. See you tomorrow. Perfect combo. I always love perfect combos. Okay, what's next? And let's see if you can go all the way. Please, 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 please. Deja vu every... Nope. Fail. Well, that's okay. I guess. But still. No matter what, I'm gonna keep praying. Especially at this time. Maybe for more subscribers by year's end, and more by New Year's Eve. Actually, it's more like, you know, more by the time of, maybe Christmas, or maybe, yeah, like I said, maybe somewhere near New Year's Eve, that I hopefully can reach the target. And to be honest, I said I want 10 subscribers. I wanted that. And I'm almost there in just a span of just a few weeks. Since I started my first recording. Actually, more like months. Because my first recording was in March. But that wasn't successful. So I'm like, okay, let's try other games. But apparently of all these games that I happen to do, this is the only one that's perfect. That it happens to have the most views. Not even one like as of yet. But I'm still hoping for it. There's so many things I wish for. So I think for those of you guys, you will get. If you guys want to hit that like, subscribe button, I really will appreciate it. I'm not gonna lie. Especially at this point in time. Because maybe, and it's just maybe, that if you guys hit the subscribe button or the like and even comments, well, it might give me +1 luck to whatever on earth the most terrible situation is. It might give me that luck. So I'm still waiting for that 1 like. Ever since like day 2, I can't remember. Was it day? I mean day 1 when I first started recording the what was it? I think it was the French one. If I remember, the name is the Iris Light in the Dark, if I can recall. And it's been such a long time since I started recording the game. A very long time. And yet, even though I have not received 1 like at all, but I mean, looking at the number of views and comments that I have in this, it's actually more than anything I have. So I plan to continue. Like it or not, I'm gonna keep going. Oh, and Hyuga just ran into the first bullets. Only to be hit by armor piercing and high explosives. Boom. Perfect timing. Such perfect timing. This is why I love to put this formation together, because, well, they kind of have like the good kind of, what was it, combo. They have such good timings with their skills altogether. They have so good timing. And I do not have a clue why they have such good timings. Okay, it should be 1, 2. So currently I have 10. So if I were to use 10 minus 2. Like I said, I'm gonna save as many of these for the final battle on the 18th. Okay, skip. Because I do not want to know what it is. But I knew something bad was gonna happen. But, well, wouldn't have guessed. Because, I don't know. Put that to upgrade. Boom. There we go. And Dorshire to upgrade. Honestly, but you know, I just love Dorshire. Her to be kept in office. I love that. I just love it. You know, I love this ship. She's big, powerful, but at the same time she makes a good secretary. Although in reality, I'm not gonna lie, she makes a good secretary. For me, and especially in this time, I think she makes the best option. Well, so continuing in the event, well, I have faced almost next to no defeats at all. Actually, I haven't even faced 1 defeat throughout this entire map. None of the maps. Not a single defeat yet. I won't take on World 6 because I already know what happened. So I'm gonna wait a little bit longer before giving them the storm. Because, well, to me, what's the point if, like, you take on the enemy, but you still somehow die? I mean, you somehow lose in the end anyway. So normally, as I said, I normally wait for the very good equipments. That's one option. Second option... Stop giving me Fusos already. I mean, seriously, how many times have I already received that? 1, 2... I think this is like 4 or 5 times already. I think. This is like literally the 4th or 5th time I've received her in this entire event. Can I just get someone new? Even though sure I've already received Kako and Furutaka, well... How do I want to put it? But no matter. I'm still gonna get Zuikaku. the ship of my dreams. Okay, let's see. What's so good about this carrier? Actually, I was planning to reveal it later, but might as well reveal now. Actually, you know what? I'll say the best two aircraft carriers. I mean, of the 1940s, these are 1930s, and even as far back as the 1920s. But, well, my favorite carriers aren't in the 1920s. They're all my two favorite classes are the 1930s technology, and both of these carriers have seen a lot of action on both sides of the war. In the United States and the Imperial Japanese Navy, they've seen the most action out of any aircraft carrier. I mean, okay, how do I put it? Well, okay, but nonetheless, I shall reveal my number 2 favorite class of aircraft carriers. Well, if you guys have noticed, I've been talking a lot about Zuikaku and Shokaku and my desperate will to get them. Well, for those of you who might have guessed, which is my number 2, they're my number 2. I mean, literally in the world of aircraft carriers, they are my second favorite. Because, I mean, they weren't as perfect. I mean, like, when it compares to technology, they weren't as good as the number 1. But, well, I must say, it's kind of their luck that plays. Because after the Coral Sea, as you guys know, they were knocked out. And of course, I said, if they had joined the Battle of Midway, well, who knows, it might have ended the same way. It might, or might not, have literally ended the same way. I mean, sure, even though the Japanese somehow get air superiority, well, I still don't see the Japanese winning. And there are so many reasons why I don't see this happening. And in fact, they got the less likely chance to win, actually. Firstly, for the Japanese, their major problem was, well, their air defense doctrine wasn't as mature as the Americans. That I can guarantee. It wasn't as mature as the Americans. Because they adopt the circular defense, which is a very useful kind of defense. For an aircraft carrier, it's very useful. But even though they possess very weak AA defenses, well, it's not about their weapons or whether it's the aircraft. For me, I mean, just looking at their records, I must say, of all the Imperial Navy's carriers, they're the luckiest too. Out of any Imperial carrier, they're arguably the luckiest. Because like I said, just like I said, oh, Yamashiro has been hit by torpedoes, slammed. Anyway, as I was saying, my number, well, I keep losing track for some reason. I keep seriously losing track of what on earth am I going to say. Because, well, when it comes to my favorite 2 carriers, I actually love them both just as much. There is no clear winner in this kind of competition. There is seriously no winner between the 2, so I'll just list them as my number 1. But if I were to compare between the 2, oh my god, Fuso, this is the sixth time you've already appeared this entire event. I mean, literally the 6th time. Thanks for that. Boom. 9. Continuing. Well, sometimes I get too distracted. Of what in the world am I gonna say? Anyway, the Shokaku and Zuikaku, making up the 5th carrier division and probably the only pair of true sisters of the same class. Sure, there's Soryu and Hiryu, but I don't count them because the Soryu was the lead of the Soryu class, Hiryu being the lead of the Hiryu class. That's why I didn't count them, because when I looked into their designs, well, it was said that, well, they used the Soryu class hull that was built on Soryu, was the Hiryu, but they used the construction methods of the much older Akagi and Kaga. That's why I don't count them as true sisters. That's the only reason, actually, why I don't count them at all. Even though, sure, their names are pretty similar, but I just don't count it. So my guess is they were the only, like, pair of true sisters that has seen their fair share of action against the Pacific Fleet. I'm not lying, they have seen a fair share of it. Actually, more than any other Imperial carrier in the fleet. And actually, this class of carriers are related to my number 1. They're actually related, because these two carrier classes have met up ever since like 1942 all the way to 1944. And I must say, it is actually very long for two different classes of ships to have met up so many times. In fact, these two classes of ships have met up, let's see, 1, 2, 3, at least 5 times. I'm not lying, they've met at least 5 times altogether. So that's why I was thinking, you know what, I just want to make this like, you know, I want to have these two classes, since I happen to like them all too much. One is because of their design, for both these classes were very revolutionary. And in this case, for Shokaku and Zuikaku, well, there's a few things good about them, but again, there's also the flaws in their design. And the only flaw I can pick out was... Actually, there were a few things I picked out. The first is their defensive arrangement. I mean, when it comes down to AA weapons. Even though, sure, they carry about as much as their American counterpart. But, well, I mean, it's like their AA is, when it comes to who can find the enemy first, I mean, when the airstrike is coming to them, the Americans can find them first, leaving the Japanese, well, pretty much toast. As we all know during the Battle of Midway, that was a very good example, in fact, of the use of radar. It gave the Americans early warning. But other than that, aside from the fact their hulls, I mean their decks are wood, I don't see other major flaws in their design. They were fast, huge, yet ridiculously fast for their class. They were arguably one of the fastest carriers in the world, one of the fastest. Thanks to their design, they could hit a top speed of 34 knots, which I'd say is very impressive for even an aircraft carrier. Other than that, well, there's nothing really much about the Shokaku class that I could say. Nothing really too significant, and I really can mention about this class of carriers. Other than the fact that they were arguably one of the most dangerous Imperial Navy carriers that the Japanese had to start with. They were arguably one of the more dangerous ones, due to the fact they could carry just as many aircraft as Akagi and Kaga. That's one factor. Same with the Soryu and Hiryu, but if I were to compare between the two, the Soryu and Hiryu against the Shokaku class, the Shokaku class is much more dangerous, due to the fact of their very ridiculous high top speed for a carrier, combined with, well, superb aircraft of the time when the Pacific War began. It just makes them almost impenetrable, but, well, as I said, their defensive arrangement is actually pretty poor, which of course led to their downfall, and that's what made them lost the advantage. Then, you know what, I'll just mention both my favorites at the same time, even though I haven't reached 10 yet. And the other class of carriers that I actually like a lot, well, I think you guys might guess by now. You'll be wondering, is it like, what? For example, Ark Royal that I have in Force N? No, it is not that one. It is not. But, I mean, sure, Ark Royal is famous and all, but not my kind of design. My number one, that, and by far, possibly the only carrier of the 1930s that can compete with this class of carrier, the Shokaku and Zuikaku, is none other than the Yorktown. And in fact, that was the class that I mentioned, that they have engaged 5 times, at least 5. I've counted the Battle of the Coral Sea, the Battle of the Eastern Solomons. What else? Let me try and remember. The Battle of the Philippine Sea. And the very last time during the Battle of Leyte. At least, they engaged at least 5 times altogether throughout the war, making them arguably 2 of my most favorite class of carriers, because, well, compared to other carriers, well, they have seen their fair share of action and across the Pacific, and in the entire war, they have seen a lot of action. Darts. Looks like I'm running out of time. Shoot. Looks like I've used a bit too much. Yeah, I'm gonna have to end this soon. And fast. Because I've been imposed on a restriction that, in failing to do so, it will lock me out of the system. And I'm not lying. It will literally lock me out of the system. That means anything that I open is pretty much toast. And that means I won't be able to record. So I'm gonna have to wrap this up as ASAP. Yeah. Toast. And toast. Okay. Boss fight. And adios. Nope. Fail. Fire. Yes, thank you. Shoot. Looks like I don't have much time anymore. I'm already running out. No matter. I'll finish this. And when I'm done with it, I really hope you guys leave comments and subscribe, as well as likes to my videos, current and past, including the future ones. Okay, I'll stop here, because I am almost out of time, before my restriction actually kicks in. Done. Boom. Surprising that the God Great Aircraft. I'm gonna have to do it tomorrow. Too bad. I can choose to construct now, but if I choose now, I got a lesser chance. In fact, I already calculated the amount of. Oh wait, I forgot about this time. Scholar, good to know. Thank you. And I already tabulated how much I will get before the event ends. Well, with that guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode, even though I had to cut it short. With that guys, I will see you all tomorrow. This is Azur Lane Gamer, and if those of you who want to be friends with me, it starts with me. Those of you who want to find my guild is Task Force 17. Though I just put it short form TF space 17, and the TF is both caps. With that guys, well, I'm gonna sign off. Goodbye guys, and I will see you all tomorrow.